I'm thankful that this meeting is here. For 2 years, 3 years, she said everything was here was illegal. Now she's forced to come here to do the right thing. The judge forced her to come here to do the right thing. And she's been saying that secret squirrel meeting for how long? And people were believing it?
Then they turn around and have a secret squirrel meeting at the park district. Why? Just to pass their narrative of the things they want done.
I couldn't believe I looked at this agenda and saw the word secret squirrel on a freaking, on a professional agenda for a village.
And then the very next, I believe 2 days later, they had a special meeting.
Secret squirrel meeting.
If you look on that first page, she has secret squirrel meeting on there. You know what made that necessary? 11 council meetings.
Hi everyone, this video is about a guy named Ed Steeves, a former trustee. I put together a compilation focusing on his interactions with Tiffany Henyard.
And you guys don't want to pay any of the bills, like y'all know we got other bills besides you talking about an ice rink. We have other bills to pay.
How much is it for roofs? Haven't we paid $40,000-$50,000 for roofs? We haven't, y'all hear the grant, we haven't heard, where's this grant at?
Okay, did you ask any questions to find out where any of this stuff is?
Have you contacted any of your board, leader?
Ed Steeves was one of the trustees, similar to Hannah Bella, but he had his own unique way of challenging Tiffany Henyard, never letting her get away with things. He was known for putting her in her place back in the day, and there's plenty of footage of him standing up at board meetings, giving her a piece of his mind. I won't be talking much during this video because, honestly, there's no need to. I believe if people did their research, they'd easily find video footage of Tiffany Henyard from her time as a trustee and compare it to her current behavior as mayor. The contrast is clear, and you'll see the constant hypocrisies in how she used to present herself to residents, and really, how she got to be mayor. But I digress. Let's get into it.
Price that we paid to let that lady stay in a hotel room from that moldy house that Trustee Henyard manages or owns. The price was $540 that we paid to house her for a month. So what's the process of getting that money back?
She managed to have the village cover the hotel expenses for the woman she wronged.
He charges $270 a week. We paid for 2 weeks. And there was someone else that paid for 2 weeks for her.
Okay, so what's the process of getting that money back to the village? That money was put out. But Trustee Henyard would be interested in paying that money back to the village?
Our village attorneys...
Y'all are out of order. Where's the attorney at?
Our village attorney suggested that we pursue those costs to Trustee Henyard.
Okay. Thank you. I just wanted to know.
Okay.
And for the record, y'all do know this is a government meeting. This has nothing to do with civil matter. Just for the record, okay.
For the record, anytime you got public money getting used, we have a right to address public money being used.
Now, she wants to claim that this is a government meeting, but for the record, she's mixing her personal matters with public funds.
I guess I'll start with the weight loss challenge. You said that you made how much off of it?
$985.
$985 for the first one was 2, correct?
Yes.
So $985 for both, or
no?
one?
The first one we covered that expense. That was 2-3 months ago. We're dealing with the second one right now.
How much would how much did you make off the first one?
We made enough to cover the whole thing. The first one.
So you made even $1,000?
Yeah, I think we made a little bit more than that, and we got about 15 new members. The person who put it on is Sadiq. If you have any questions for him, he could talk about why we did it.
I got questions for you, so that's why I'm asking, because you're over it.
I just told you.
So I know, but I'm asking, is this no fight? I'm just asking my questions so I have an understanding. Is this no fight? I'm just asking my questions so I have an understanding. So it was $1,000 that you said you made on the first challenge.
He said a little bit over 1,000.
Okay, a little bit over 1,000, and we paid out 1,000, correct?
Yes.
Okay, now the second one, which is now,
yes,
we made $985.
Yes.
And we need to pay out 1,000.
Yes.
So she haven't received any money, any funds?
No, because we have to vote on it.
What was that?
We have to vote on it.
Okay, this is where I'm at with it. Whenever we do something as a board or a body or a member here,
we should get approval before we launch it. It should never be afterwards when a person is upset or mad because they didn't get their money. Whenever we want the board support, half the time we say we don't have the funds. So my thing with that is, if we didn't have the funds to do this, why did you put it on and put the village stamp on it? It was you pushing it, so you should pay for it, is how I feel about it. I don't think it should come out the village, hold on. I don't think it should come out the village funds, because as you can see, homeward disposal, all these things we owe for. And if y'all not making the money to replenish it, it doesn't make sense for the village to cover the expense.
I guess you didn't hear nothing I said then.
I heard what you just said.
We raised enough money to pay it. Did you hear me say that?
Okay, so normally when you put on something, it's supposed to make money to profit and make money to dish out. So you didn't make enough to cover the expense. That's what it sounds like to me.
We were short $15. And when I say we got 13, almost 20 new members, and that was the whole point of the whole weight loss challenge, to promote the gym and to get new members there, and that's what we got.
So you don't think you should cover this expense?
$15?
The $1,000?
No.
Do you feel you should cover it?
I just told you that it's covered. And this is not the correct way to do it. We found out about him when we got the agenda. We talked to him on Sunday for 20 minutes. Again, no background check was given, even though we implemented. We passed it to get the background, that still hasn't been given. We got his resume as we were talking to him. So this mayor was a trustee for 8 years. This was not brought across the board the right way. It's the last minute, and then it's forced on us. And then you wonder why we do this. You know this is the wrong way to do this. You complained about this for 8 years. You did it all wrong. You can't get this to us on Sunday. We talked to him on Sunday for 20 minutes. That wasn't even enough time for two trustees to talk to him. And I told him today when I talked to him, you don't have the vote. We don't have the vote because we don't know him. We don't have enough time to sit down to vet him to get a right answer. There's no background check on him right now. We don't know. So if you do it the correct way, Mayor, which you know how to do, because you complained about it heavy for 8 years, you're doing it wrong. You cannot just force this on. You have to work with your board, Mayor. You have to work with your board.
All I'm asking is to stop doing that. Go before the body and get your approval. That's it. That's it. Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. I'm done.
Remember that statement that you said over and over again? You're not working with your board. You're forcing this on us, and you're just shoving it down the throat. You have to learn to work with the board, period. My name is Edward Steve, former trustee. It's good to see everybody. It's enough of hearing paid actors to come up here and talk, and paid employees to come up here and talk about what's really going on. Listen, let me be clear. It is not, we did not get that $30 million lawsuit, whatever lawsuit was, because we left the meeting. I got in an executive session and asked the question quick, very clear. Was that the reason why? They said, no, it's because the insurance didn't want to settle. I'm gonna FOIA the minutes, I'm gonna put it out there so you can hear for yourself. So you keep hearing one narrative and it's misleading. It's dangerous to hear one side of everything and believe it. Nobody forces mayor to dress like Nino Brown.
Nobody knows something. Don't nobody know nothing? Yeah. Nobody. Hey y'all, I am Super Mayor, and I want to thank the people of Dalton for the new change. Give it up for y'all new trust.
Yeah, I went across the bridge. Anybody else want to know? I'm good with you. I'm good with you.
So, for anyone familiar with the drama in Dalton, you probably know that she showed up to one of the board meetings dressed as Nino Brown. Nino Brown, for those who don't know, is a character Wesley Snipes played in the movie New Jack City, a notorious drug kingpin. Of all the characters, she chose him. What's even more interesting is that she decided to do this at a board meeting where a new police officer was being sworn in. Talk about making a joke out of his big moment. If I were that officer, I'd be pretty confused. Working hard and then the mayor shows up in a costume for my swearing in? Seems a little insulting, don't you think? Let me know what you think in the comments below. But anyways, let's get back to this.
And have a DJ at our board meeting to play Be Better Have My Money.
Because one thing they told me to let you know, from my attorneys to the guy that you guys voted for to pour the concrete. But I'm gonna tell you this, and I'm gonna leave you with this. DJ, what they tell me to tell them?
She is sick.
Thank you, DJ.
Are we still in discussion, Mayor?
Yeah, we in session. This is my time.
No,
I'm
I was
doing
just
discussion.
asking
I'm doing
because I wanted to
discussion.
say
However I
something.
want to discuss it, that's how I'm gonna discuss it. And I'm looking for that Rihanna. That's what I'm looking for. Because at the end of the day, this is what they told me to tell y'all right here. Every single resident. Pay me what you owe me. Thank you, DJ.
That's embarrassing for this whole community that the leader would do that. I got calls from California. Your mayor really dressed up like Nino Brown at a board meeting? Yes. And yeah, some of y'all applaud that madness. That's the type of leadership y'all want? Yes, we want things to get done. Yes, but there's got to be transparency. This is an ordinance that the trustees picked the committee. She took every committee around and gave it to 2 trustees, which is against the ordinance, so she don't follow no ordinance. She wants people completely say yes to everything. The trustees picked the committee. She took every committee around and gave it to 2 trustees.
So my issue with that, as the elected official, as a trustee, we all have committees, and that is our right. That's what we do. The mayor should not be allowed to appoint. He has appointment powers such as public works, police, and fire. So I don't think he should be able to appoint our committees. We should be able to work amongst ourselves as a board, as a unit, to basically pick what committees we want to chair and be over.
Is another situation where they took my power from me. Every other mayor appoints the committees.
I'm senior trustee, for those that don't know me. I'm the youngest person on this board.
Had
I've been on
nothing to
this
do
board.
with it.
Hold on, I'm explaining. I've been on this board for 6 years. 6 years. 6 years, we never had a problem.
6 years we had trouble.
We never had a problem with our committees.
You guys already know what time it is. She really makes this too easy for me, right? On one hand, we have the mayor claiming there were plenty of issues with the committees, and on the other hand, Trustee Tiffany Henyard is saying, oh, everything was fine, everything was rainbows and butterflies, we all got along perfectly. You know I'm about to pull up those receipts, right? So let's take a little trip down memory lane and listen to Trustee Tiffany Henyard arguing about getting kicked off a committee of all things. Can you believe that? I know, right? Let's watch.
Next thing on the agenda is F, committee chair change of planning committee, and this is put on by Trustee Pearson.
Yes, I'd like to make a motion to move Trustee Stubbs to chair the planning committee.
Aye. Second.
Wow. Come on, we're in this discussion. Let's go.
So it's discussion time now, and go ahead, Trustee Henry.
Thank you. Residents, you guys know me. I've always spoken up, spoken out. I don't sit with one particular person on this board. If it's wrong, you're gonna hear my mouth. If they right, I roll with them. It don't matter if it come from the mayor department or if it come from the, what you call them, Fantastic Four. I will advise this board not to support this nutball stuff or removing me as chair of housing that I've been over for the last 5 years. I am the senior trustee. I am the youngest trustee. I've been here forever. I grew up in this community, and I advocate for what's right, not what's wrong, or not just because I want to be cool or be in the in crowd. I don't roll with the get along. I will stand alone by myself.
Oh my gosh, you guys. I've heard this speech before, so I'm not even going to let her keep yelling, because that's basically what this is. But, to be fair, she did make a valid point. She was going up against a company called BP Capital, which came into Dalton and started buying up houses. They seemed really shady, so I get why she was frustrated and didn't get along with the other committee members. But here's the thing. Tiffany Henyard clearly has no home training, no interpersonal skills, and she doesn't know how to respect people. She thinks yelling is the only way to make a point, which honestly sounds like a tantrum from a child. She doesn't realize you catch more flies with honey than with vinegar. It may sound cliché, but it's true. It works in life. People will only tolerate your tantrums for so long. And once they have the chance to take that seat from under you, like Dalton hopefully will, then it's over. She's just not mayor material, not leadership material. She really needs to work on herself. And anyway, let's get back to the video and hear from our former trustee, Ed Steves.
You know, I've watched these meetings for the past 6 years. And the committees, that's why 6 years nothing's been done. Trustees make committees because they want to be against the mayor. That's what we witnessed for the last 4 years. They make committees just to fight against the mayor because they got personal vendettas against the mayor. It's not about giving him complete control, but it's about working with him. Me and him have a relationship. So you work with him, but I'm not going to grandstand or attack him or trying to embarrass him in public. That's what these trustees did for the past 6 years.
So Mayor, we knew this. Jason House has a committee meeting every month. Why we haven't been discussing this? Why right now? Why we ain't been talking about this? This can't be brand new that we know we broke. We need money. We should have been discussing it.
Trustee, you've been a trustee for almost 8 years. This is the first time you heard about funding pensions?
Mayor, that is not what I just said to you. Stop deflecting. Listen to what I'm stating. I'm talking about why is it right now? Y'all giving it to us right now, again, right before a board meeting when y'all knew we had this problem. We could have been discussing this, what I'm stating, Mayor.
Trustee.
Mayor, I just want to make sure I got this right. I know you didn't just say you don't know nothing about no tree list. I know you didn't just say that. Is that what you just said to me?
That's exactly what I said.
Mayor, now I'm gonna pull the tape up and I'm playing it at the next board meeting.
Okay.
We went back and forth, I don't know if it was a year ago, 2 years ago, about a tree list that you and Matt, I guess, put together, or whoever put it together, and you submitted it to this board of trustees about a tree list that exists. Okay. And since then, 2 years prior, we've been telling residents they have a tree list that you basically saying does not exist. So what I'm saying to you is that you're just telling residents what they want to hear, but yet we don't have a tree list all of a sudden. So they've been on the tree list 9 years. That's terrible. That's pathetic. If that's what you're telling me, first of all.
Okay, that's before my time.
Mayor, no. Me and you both got 5.5 years, 6 years here in the village of Dalton. And I've been complaining left and right about a tree list for residents. That's all I ever talk about. And then I guess 2-3 days later, after he talked to you, you guys sent me an email stating I need to talk to the mayor. And then in my response was, I'm not gonna play these games with y'all. I want my tree list. That's what I emailed y'all back. And to this day, I still don't have a tree list. Okay. That's my issue, Mayor.
Okay, that's fine. You started out by saying a year and a half ago, I provided this board with a tree list.
You did. We did at a board meeting, yes.
Okay, if I did, where is it at? If I gave it to you?
That's my question.
If I gave it to you, where's your copy?
Don't worry about it. I'm gonna bring it. I didn't know I had to bring a tree list to the board meeting that I asked for an update. But I'm tired because I gotta put it on blast because you're not doing what I'm asking, which is provide me with a tree list so I can tell a resident what they was on this list that you just said. Most people saying they've been on 9 years. That's terrible. That's pathetic if our community not doing our job.
6 years, I've watched it, and you see nothing get done. So it's not about giving up control, it's about us working together, period, and respecting the leader of this community.
Secondly, I don't appreciate you saying they need to call your office to get a tree down. We have public works. We have a superintendent/manager, whatever he is now. He's supposed to do his job. When they call there, he's supposed to sit here and come out, assess the situation, and cut the tree down. You don't supposed to get in the middle of their duties. That's his job.
Well, one of the problems is that you said they're not doing efficient duty, so if we direct it to my office, we can monitor it.
Mayor, if someone's not doing their job, what do you supposed to do? You have a business, I have a business. You discipline the employee. You don't sit here and take over it, or you find somebody that's going to do what we're asking. That's what I'm saying. All I want is the resident's tree cut down. That's it. That's all I'm asking for.
You done?
You gonna respond? Mayor? Are you going to respond, Mayor?
I just tried to tell you how we're going to handle it. You don't
okay,
agree
but if I'm
with
saying
it, that's
I
fine.
disagree with
you're
handling
entitled
that
to
way.
your opinion. Go ahead, Trustee Muhammad.
But if I'm saying I'm not going to agree with that, why can't you say, okay, trustee, let's sit down and come up with a plan? What is wrong with that? That's what I'm saying. It's just your way or the highway. Why can't you say, okay, trustee, I hear you loud and clear. Let's come up with a better plan than the one I just said. What's wrong with that, Mayor?
Trustee Muhammad.
Okay.
Right.
There's still $110,000 unexplained credit card bills that we still ain't got the receipts for. Is that still out there? There's so much unexplained spending
that we don't get the receipts for. So we're asking, that's what trustees are elected for. If you want us to say yes to everything, then you got to get the paid employees because they're controlled by a job. That's reality. The 4 trustees that's remaining, they're not controlled by a job, but they're going to ask questions. If they had a committee of whole meeting and asked the questions and discuss everything, but it doesn't go on like that. It's a dictatorship. It's my way or the highway. And if you don't go my way, then it's going to be hell to pay. That's why people up there, every employee up here is afraid for their job. They better not challenge this administration. They better not, because if they do, it's hell to pay. You might lose your job, and they all getting paid well. Get your money. But believe me, it won't last forever. And 11,000, all that stuff that you've seen in our report, nobody told her to do that. We didn't vote. We didn't know nothing about that. If there was a little bit of transparency, just a little bit, we work together.
Hi, I am Tiffany Henyard, and I am running for mayor of Dalton because I am sensitive to the needs of the village, and I firmly believe that government should be a body of trust. I pledge to fight the corruption in Dalton. I pledge to provide fair and effective services to all residents. I pledge to make our village safe and supported by respectful law enforcement and first responders.
Residents, Board of Trustees, Mayor, I want to say to the cops, to the rank and file soldiers, I have a lot of respect for y'all. But that clown for y'all, that damn chief of police, to try to put me out for nothing, to have me walk out, to try to get me out for what? For what? This is the type of stuff that we dealing with. Black people didn't sacrifice for us to get leadership and act like this. You didn't go through years of Jim Crow, segregation for us to get into this political position and treat other black people like this. This is what we dealing with, this terrible administration to try to put me out. I'm struggling with my left leg, with my MS, but I'm here. This has to stop. This has to stop. We got a clean house. We got to vote all of them out. All of them out. Stan Brown, Andrew Holmes don't say nothing. Nothing. Y'all sit up there quiet. What do they have on you? Y'all don't have no freedom to speak? Do you have any nuts? Anything? I'm sad. I'm sick and tired of it. To hear them try to put me out, to try to like, hey, let me talk to you outside, and me go. I respect the cops, the rank and file soldiers who helped me, who said, no, you ain't gonna do this. But this, how much money has Chief Lacey cost his village? How much money? How many lawsuits? How many bad things?
Let them talk.
How many bad things has this chief done? And the fact that she got him the top cop. This has to change, residents. It's going to change the unity of the people of Dalton. That's how we change this. We got to vote her out, period.
I pledge to ensure our village is safe, with law enforcement and first responders who are respected and supported. I pledge to drive economic development and eliminate the boarded-up houses and vacant businesses.
How you doing, Mayor? Mr. Brown, Mr. Freeman, Mr. Holmes. You made a promise. This is a selfish mission down on 145-46. I see the news media here. Channel 2, Channel 5, Channel 7, Channel 9. Come to this address and look and see the deplorable conditions that Dalton let this house get into. This house has been vacant for 6 years. I've been here. The mayor promised me that she was gonna take care of it. 6 years. You can't do nothing with the house. Now I'm chasing people out of the house. Now I'm maintaining the front. I'm not gonna cut the grass in the back. The weeds as tall as this podium. What am I paying my taxes for? Mr. Holmes, Mr. Brown, you came to me and you asked me for a favor. You needed a signature. If I see you at my house again, you know who's got coming. You told me you was gonna do something. You told me you was gonna do something, you didn't. Mayor, you told me you was gonna do something. You have not done it. You have not lived up to your promise.
I pledge to listen to your concerns and genuinely care about your needs.
I'm a 23-year resident of Dalton. I'm very disappointed in the way that the village has been ran over the past 2 years. I supported Tiffany for her run. I supported Tiffany before she ran. But I'm so disappointed in some of the things that I've seen and some of the things I continue to see. For me, One of the first order of businesses that I saw that really disappointed me is that you silenced the residents.
So let's start with the citizens address, because we're gonna do something a little different. And I just want to educate you guys on how it will be handled. So no one will be upset or mad. And some people are gonna be mad because they don't like change. But you guys asked for this as we door knock or talk to you. You asked for change. And no, we're not shutting out your voice. We are only trying to do a different process as how we communicate with you. So it still will be communication, but it won't be any more back and forth.
We didn't have a voice. Still don't. We can come up here, we can make our comments. We don't get any answers.
For these reasons, I am asking for your trust and your support in voting for me.
And if you should never wanted to hear from one side, never, because one side can distract you, can sway you which way, any which way they want to sway you. That's it. Thank you. That's my time. It's good to see everybody. Trustees, keep going and keep fighting. Everything they did here was legal. So she was saying it's a secret squirrel meeting. Now she has to come to the secret squirrel meeting. Isn't that humbling? It's time to do the right thing. It's unfortunate the attorneys who, I guess, I don't know if y'all been paying attention to what's going on. You're like the third one in. I don't know what you think something will be different. She's the same person. She runs through people all the time, all the time. And it's not going to change just because you're there. It's not going to change. And now they want to appoint the people they want to appoint. Did we hear any plan about safety with the new police chief? We hear anything about guns, violence? No, it's about protecting her. It ain't about protecting the village, period. The attorneys ain't about protecting the village. It's about protecting her.
I got the baddest attorney in the land. Y'all give it up for Mike Delgado. Mike Delgado is the man of the Southland and for Chicago. No, he's not for hire. I'm stingy. But I want you to know that he kept me above water and he kept me prayed up. He's a praying man as well. But when I say he went down there and kicked their attorney butt, Oderson, y'all don't see him where he at. I don't even see him. So I just want y'all to know that this man is the truth as it relates to getting things done for us. So thank you for being by my side. You're welcome.
It ain't about protecting the village, period. The attorneys ain't about protecting the village. It's about protecting her.
I got the baddest attorney in the land.
No, it's about protecting her. So it's time, residents. We have to change this reality. And we only 3 months away. 3 months away to February. And we know what to do. We know what to do. It's in our hands. We can change this. We're tired of this. These meetings run so smooth when she's not here. They get things done when this administration not here. They keep up chaos, and it's time to change that. So, Clean House 2025. It's good to see everybody. Peace.